Hello and welcome. My name is Janet Berry and I'll be the instructor for this training. This is the Baker Act training and it's comprised of a series of 8 individual courses. The training is supported through the Department of Children and Families Mental Health and Substance Abuse Program Office. The content is based on relevant Florida statutes and Florida Administrative Code. There is some reference to previously developed Baker Act training that was provided through USF's Louis Delapart Florida Mental Health Institute. This training is designed to be used for informational purposes only. The major goal of this contract is to increase understanding, promote consistency of implementation, and improve the readiness of the state's mental health system to respond to behavioral health crises by providing training related to the Baker Act and the Marchman Act. The information presented here is not legally binding, nor does it per se have legal authority. Only the chapters 394 of the Florida statutes and chapter 65E-12 of Florida Administrative Code and 65E-5 of the Florida Administrative Code as cited have legal authority and are referenced throughout this training. In this orientation, I'll take you through a step-by-step overview of the course and how the online training process works. The titles listed here represent the 8 standalone courses in this training. Each may be taken for credit independent of the others. If you have previously been enrolled in any of our Baker Act trainings, you may skip the remainder of this section and proceed to the Affidavit and Module 1 training. Take a few minutes to get familiar with the layout of the course. On the home page, the left-hand side, you'll find the main menu, which contains the various content areas included in the course, and also a resource section where you'll find the agenda, forms that are needed when you work with DCF and also are described in the course, relevant statutes and rules that have to do with mental health issues, and the contact information so you can reach us or the Department of Children and Families. Reviewing the agenda will help you to plan your study time accordingly. You can open up a section where you left off from your previous study session, or you can go back and review a section that you maybe didn't feel comfortable that you knew it all. Before you actually access the course modules, you will need to complete the student affidavit form. See the top left tab labeled Affidavit. This affidavit attests to your agreeing to complete all coursework independently and to fulfill the commitment to, at a minimum, the designated number of credit hours that are assigned to this course. Please read the online document for details and limitations. It's important to fill out the personal information accurately and consistent with how you want your name to appear on the certificate of completion and in your facility record. The course content is divided into modules based on the subject matter. Throughout the course, you'll hear from our guest lecturer and resident Baker Act subject matter expert, Drake Gunning. He'll provide us with suggestions on how to apply the Baker Act to your particular situation and also some case scenarios to further enhance your use of the Baker Act. Each module begins with a set of objectives that you should review and know the answers to by the end of that module. After you've completed reviewing the course content, you will be directed to take the required exam. A score of at least 80% correct is required for you to receive your certificate.
Remember that if you need to, you can always go back into the course and review any concepts that you did not understand.
The last item to be completed before you earn your certificate is to reply to the 3-minute exit survey. This is the required step, and we appreciate your feedback, both positive and constructive. This submission will generate your certificate of completion.
You'll need to decide which of the certificates you want to earn, either the standard certificate on the left or the CE Broker approved certificate on the right of the screen. If you select the standard certificate, then know that it is available to the general public and also approved by DOEA for continuing credit for assisted living facility and adult family care home operators and staff. There's no additional charge for this certificate. You'll have earned the credit hours established for the particular course. If that is what you want to do, then when you get to this section of the training, you'll need to click on the green button to the left of the screen, and it'll take you to a printable certificate that you can use for your HR and personnel files. If you are interested in taking this course for CE Broker credit, then you would complete the process as defined on the right side of the screen. There is an additional $5 processing fee for this certificate, and it is designed for licensed professionals such as licensed mental health professionals, marriage and family therapists, nursing, social work, guardians, and psychologists. You'll have earned the credit hours that are established for the particular course, and when you click the button, it'll take you to PayPal, where you'll pay either as a guest or with the standard account. Our partner for monitoring and issuing this CE Broker certificate is Swanee River AHEC, Area Health Education Center. They are responsible for the monitoring, as I said, and the issuance of the certificate. If that is what you're interested in earning, then when you get to this particular part of the course, you click the button on the right, the red button. If you are a licensed mental health professional or guardian, you may apply for the CE Broker credentialing and receive the appropriate certificate by following the promptings provided through this process. Contact information for Swanee River AHEC is available on our homepage of the course under Resource Sections, Contact Information. There you'll find the name, phone number, and email address for the person at Swanee River AHEC that's responsible for processing the certificate. If you selected this standard certificate, it will appear on the final screen of this course. Make sure that you print a copy of it along with the agenda for the training for your administrator to place in the facility's personnel file, and it's important that you print a copy for yourself as well. This course is approved by the Department of Children and Families, and the information will satisfy your continuing education needs for the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Save this URL as one of your favorites and bookmark it so that you can have a quick access to the course. Occasionally when you log in, there will be a message posted from our platform indicating scheduled maintenance of the server. This information is posted well in advance of the activity, and the downtime is brief. For your convenience, check periodically.
Here's a copy of the computer specs for this course. Please make sure that your computer is compatible with these specifications. There's several ways of adjusting the size of your screen if the presentation is larger than your monitor screen. You can try either clicking the F11 key and you'll notice that the tabs in the browser disappear. If you click F11 again, then they'll reappear. Or you can press the Control key down and roll the mouse forward. The size of the presentation increases. Or while still holding down the Control key, roll the mouse backwards and it will decrease the size of your presentation. If you have any questions or need any assistance during the time you're taking this class, be sure and contact me if the question has to do with course content, or contact Louisa Plager if it's a technical or computer issue. We'll be happy to help you within 48 hours of your request.
They're psychotic, schizophrenic. They suffer from organic brain damage and autism. Some are hyperactive, some totally withdrawn. Some are suicidal.
I was trying to kill myself so I could be with my mother.
Casseroles.
Casseroles? What do you mean?
Somebody needs to share the casserole story.
My daughter, when she was 13, was hit by a car and fortunately was fine except for a very bad broken leg. The church organized a brigade of casserole makers. The neighbors brought casseroles, friends, families, everybody. 6 months before that, Christina had spent 2 months on a psychiatric ward, and we had no casseroles. And I'm not blaming the church or the neighbors or anything because of the stigma. I mean, we didn't tell people.
One woman had a violently mentally ill child at home, and her neighbors had a lawyer send her a letter to remind her that it was her responsibility to seek health care for that child. It's that kind of difference. If the
Instead of a casserole, you get
you get a demand letter from a lawyer. Yeah.
This concludes the orientation to this training. You may now move on to the affidavit, complete it, and then start with Module 1. Thank you again for your patronage. We hope that you enjoy this online training and that you'll choose to use Aging and Adult Providers online training for all your continuing education needs.